Do not undertake the exercises illustrated in this video without prior medical advice. Hi, welcome to the VON Smart Seniors Maintaining Active Roles Together exercise program. We're happy that you've joined us today. I have just a couple reminders for you. Find a safe place to exercise. Make sure you have a sturdy chair to use during the exercises. Make sure your footwear, it has some proper foot support. Have some water nearby. And make sure you only do what you feel safe and comfortable to do. Have fun.
Hello, my name is Donna. I will be your instructor today. We will be using bands, so please make sure that you've got one close by. If you don't have one, that's quite okay. You can do all the exercises with the motions and the weight of the body. We'll begin by just marching those feet. Feel free to swing those arms. So we're sitting up nice and tall in our chair. We've got water close by. As you're marching, we're keeping that spine up nice and tall. And we're going to stop those marches. Let's inhale, reach those arms up tall. We're going to exhale, those arms lower down. Inhale, arms reaching. On the exhale, those arms lower down. One more time, we inhale up. And we exhale, those arms lower down. Good. We're going to squeeze and stretch those fingers. So a nice wide stretch with those hands. Now, stretching those fingers as wide as you can, we're going to circle the wrist. And change direction of those circles. And we drop those hands down. We're going to drop the chin towards the chest, keeping the spine up tall. And we're going to lift that head center. Now looking at the ceiling, but in front of you. Never let the back of the neck collapse. Keep it long. Then we drop that chin towards the chest once again. Belly button is pulled in. Eyes look center, then they look at the ceiling, but in front of you. Never look right above you. And then again, we look center. We're going to turn to look over one shoulder. And we're going to look center. Let's turn and look over the other shoulder. Looking center. One more time, looking over that first shoulder. And looking center. One last time, let's turn and look over the shoulder. And we look center. Let's roll those shoulders around and back and down. Dropping those shoulders down, we'll change direction of those shoulders. Circles. And we'll drop those shoulders down. Hands in front of the heart. Inhale, open those arms wide. Exhale, give yourself a hug. And again, we'll inhale, open wide. Remembering which arm was on top, we'll switch it. Give yourself a hug. Good. And relax those arms down. We're going to start tapping those toes. Now the heels are going to tap. Now we're going to take one foot, tap it to the side. Side to side. We're going to add an arm, so it's going to reach and reach. So if coordinating arms and legs don't work too well for you, you don't have to do it. You can pick one, either arms or legs, whichever is going to work for you. Let's go back to tapping those toes. Let's do all 10 together. And now let's switch to those heels, both heels. Now, we're going to take one heel at a time, tap it forward. Now, tap those heels side to side right here. Tap that heel. Now, we're going to tap the toe forward. tapping the toes side to side. So if you find you're not moving quite as fast as I am, that's quite okay. You take it at your pace. And we're gonna tap the toe under the chair. We're still sitting up tall, that belly button's still in, shoulders are dropped, breathing. And let's march those feet. Let's go swimming. We're gonna do the overhand, front crawl. Let's do the backstroke, right here. Backstroke. And let's do the breaststroke. Some breaststroke. Keep those shoulders down. One more. Good, march those feet. Nice and high with those knees. So we're gonna go back to that heel dig in front, heel dig. Now take those hands, you're gonna push them down towards the floor. So we're getting all fancy now, arms and legs. Take it at your pace. Once again, if arms and legs aren't working for you, you decide. You might wanna switch back and forth. So you might want to do legs for one movement and arms for another, and that's okay. We're going to tap that heel out to the side. Now you're going to lift your arm up. So trying to get most of the motions in. Let's go back to those toe taps forward. We're gonna add a little punch, so we're gonna go boxing. Now if you're doing the same arm as leg or different, doesn't matter. So nice little punch. You don't have to squeeze too tight with that hand. Now tapping the toes side to side, we're gonna add that punch straight to the side. You can look in the direction that you're punching. We're gonna do 2 more on each side, 1 more on each side. Good, tapping that toe under the chair. Now, we're just pressing down again. There's 5, 6, 7, last one. Nice job. Let's march it out. Now this time as we march, we're gonna take it out wide. Marching out wide. Good, march those feet in together. March them out wide. March them in together. Marching wide. March together. March wide. March together. March wide. March in, ha-ha, out, out, in. Good, bring it in last time. So let's add some arms. So we're gonna have those elbows right tight to the body and the hands are together. So we're gonna go out and in. You know what, let's do one at a time. So we're gonna go right and then left. So right, left, out, out. Now the foot is going to follow the hand. So at the same time, we're gonna step out, out, in. We're trying to keep that elbow attached at the waist. Try to keep that chest lifted, shoulders are dropped. So working through the rotator cuff. I'm sure most of you have heard of the rotator cuff. We tend to get a lot of issues with that area of the body, those shoulders. We're gonna do 2 more. We got 1 more. Good job. All right, shake them out. Little marches. Let's make them bigger. Even bigger, nice and high. Now, as we're marching, we're gonna lift one arm up. I'm pushing that hand up. Now, going back to the shoulders, if this does not work for you, you might want to press forward. So if you can press up, we're going to press up. I do opposite. It's going to help to keep you centered in your chair. We're going to do 2 more on each side. 1 more on each side. Nice job. Good. Roll the shoulders. Drop those shoulders down. Nod your head. Yes. And then we're going to shake the head no. It's a nice slow no. So just looking gently over each shoulder, then looking center, then turn to look the other way. If you get dizzy, don't do any more. So we're looking center once again, making sure that you're sitting up on those sit bones nice and tall. We're going to lift one sit bone off of the chair, and then we're going to switch to the other one. Now notice I'm not leaning over to the side. I'm sitting up as straight as possible, and I'm shortening my hip towards my rib cage. So it's lift, lift, and lift. Good. Now we're going to lift and shift. So we're going to lift and shift backwards because we should already be sitting at the front of the chair. So it's a lift and shift backwards. And once I get all the way back to the back of the chair, I change direction. So now I'm lifting and shifting forward, trying to stay as tall as possible. One more time. Let's go backwards. One more time. Let's move to the front. Good. Now let's just even out those hips. Make sure that you're sitting on the sit bones. One foot is in front of each hip. We're going to do our stands and sits. Now, if you're doing this workout and you're not going to stand up out of your chair, I still want you to work at lifting that leg up, so lifting the knee up as high as you can. If you want to use that chair, you can push off of it or cross those hands in front of the chest. So we're pressing the heel through the floor, and you're going to come all the way tall. Then you're going to reach those hips back and sit down. Best through this whole move to hold that belly button in towards the spine. And then we sit all the way back and down. Still hold on to that belly button. So yeah, we have to breathe. We've got to think about squeezing the bum. So we're going to squeeze those glute muscles nice and tight as we stand. That will help to make you more steady on your feet. It also controls you on the way down. So belly button in will control that sit because you never want to fall into your chair. Anybody counting? Let's do 2 more. Reaching back and down with those hips. We've got 1 more. All the way tall. Abs are tight. And we sit. Good job. Drop the arms, roll the shoulders. Now we're going to put those arms out to the side. Thumbs are up. We're going to do a little wave sideways. Forward, back, forward, back, forward, back. 2 more. 1 and 2. Hold center. Turn the palms of the hand up. Drop the shoulders down your back. Lift, lower, lift, lower. 3, 4. There's 5, 6, 7, 8. Now turn those palms to face the floor, shoulders down, chest is lifted. Now down and up. It's down and up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Drop those arms all the way down. Roll those shoulders out. Nice work. Find your band, please. So do remember when you're using your band, you want to do a quick little inspection to make sure that there's no tears or rips. Any white little lines in there sometimes means a weakness as well. So we have to be very careful with that. We're going to take that band and we're just going to wrap it under the thigh and wrap it all the way across. So now I've got my left hand holding on to the right side and my right hand holding the left. I don't want to bunch this up because it'll cut into the skin and probably bother me. It'll probably hurt. So those knees are tight together. We've got the band nice and tight. We're going to step from one side to the other. We're still staying as tall as possible. Belly button's in, even though we're pressing the knee to the side. There's 4 more. 3 more. 2 more. And 1 more. Done. Good. We're gonna unwrap that. Now dropping that band all the way down to the floor, stepping on it with 1 foot. So I've got my other foot now totally disengaged from that band. I'm holding onto the band right beside the knee. My posture is nice and straight. I'm going to lift the knee towards the chest, and then keeping my hands where they are, I press the heel down. So I'm pulling the knee in and pressing it down. Lift up and press down. Lift up and press down. We'll do 2 more like this, and 1 more. Good. We'll bring that leg in and just switch legs to the other side. So now again, making sure that we're holding on to the same amount of band on each side of that leg. Watch that posture. So we're sitting up nice and tall through the spine, and we pull that knee towards the chest, keeping the hands where they are. They're your anchor. Press that heel towards the floor. So it's a lift and press. Lift and press. Lift and press down. Lift and press down. We've got 4 more. 3 more. 2 more. And last one. Nice job. All right, now we're going to step onto the band with 2 feet. You can rest that band on the legs as you get yourself a nice little sip of water. Now we're going to go into some back work. So we're going to hold on to that band. Again, we've got the same amount of band on each side of that leg, and we're holding on to the band loosely, so it's not wound around those fingers. We're sitting up tall through the spine. Now sliding the hand from the knee to the hip, hold, and then we go forward. And again, squeeze back, hold, and come forward. So it's nice and slow. 1, 2, hold, and slowly forward, pull it back, and hold, sliding it forward. We're going to do 3 more of these. 3, hold, coming forward, we got 2, we're going to hold, and going forward, 2 more, squeezing back and hold, chest is lifted, shoulders are dropped, and we come forward, we got 1 more, squeeze back and hold, 4, for 3, for 2, and for 1. Good, sliding it forward, relax, relax in that chair. Now the palms of the hand are still facing up. Let's do some bicep curls. So one more time, let's glue those elbows nice and tight to the hip. And we're just gonna keep the palms towards the sky as we bend those elbows and then lower. So you don't have to straighten the elbows all the way out. You can, there's no harm in that. But I like to keep a little bit of tension on the band the whole time. So we're bending and stretching the elbow joint. No shoulders, no legs. Try not to swing that body forward and back. So there's lots of don'ts, right? Let's say the do's. Let's feel the muscle in the front of the arm as it contracts. And we do have the palm of the hand facing up. And we do keep those elbows nice and tight to the rib cage. Up, lower down. We got 2 more. And 1 more. Lifting up. And lowering down. Nice job. All right, let's step off of that band. Now we're going to take this band. It's going to go behind the back. So holding it like about where you would put a towel after a shower, you're going to towel off that back. We're gonna hold on to the band. Once again, I'm not winding it around my hands. I don't wanna cut off the circulation to my fingers. Palms of the hand are forward. We're tall in our chair, and we're pressing forward and then coming in. So remember, you're already sitting, or you should be sitting near the end of the chair. So you don't want to lean forward. You want to stay up as tall as possible. And once again, we're pressing out through that elbow. Keep the shoulders down. Keep that chest lifted and proud. We've got 4 more. We've got 3 more. We've got 2 more. And we've got 1 more. Press it out. Nicely done. Let's drop that down. Bring it back around. Good. Now, let's do one more exercise for the upper body. We're going to work the back of the arms. So I'm going to hold on to the band. It's going to be about the width of my shoulders. I'm going to take that right hand and rest it on top of the left shoulder. I've got that left elbow nice and tight to the body, and I'm just going to extend through the elbow, pressing it down and then bringing it up. So the palm of the hand presses down, and then we bend it up. So if you're doing one of these exercises and you would like to work a little bit more, a little harder, then all you have to do is shorten the amount of band that is bending and stretching. So elbows tight to the body, and we're concentrating on straightening the elbow all the way. Once the elbow's straight, that is your movement. We've got 1 more to do right here. Good. And let's bring it to the other side. So again, we've just switched to the other side. We've got right elbow nice and tight to the body. Palm of the hand is open, and I'm squeezing the band between my thumb and my palm of my hand, or the side of my finger, and I'm just extending that elbow all the way down nice and straight. Sitting as tall as you can. The only movement is happening through that elbow. And of course, you're aware of the back of the arm. It might be getting a little bit tired, and that's okay. We've got 2 more. And we've got 1 more. Nice job. All right, let's get rid of this band, shall we? Now, just a couple of minutes to get 1 more sip of water. All right, so once you've had that sip of water, come on back. Let's roll those shoulders around and back and down. Roll them around and back and down. 1 more time. Drop them down. So just lifting the toes up off the floor. Hold right here for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop the toes on the floor and press up as high as you can, bending your shoes. So bending right across the ball of the foot. And then we drop those feet down. And again, those toes lift up and we hold. 3, 2, and 1. Place the toes on the floor and press those heels forward. Hold for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop them down. Good. Now, tapping the toes. And we're just going to hold 1 toe up. Then we're going to do the opposite heel. So if you've got your right toes up, your left heel is lifted, then we switch. And we switch. And we switch. And we switch. And we switch. 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 And let's add an arm. So we're going to press up. 1 at a time. Yeah, I know. We're doing that coordination muscle again. Kind of shaking out those arms. We've got the back, the chest, front of the arm, back of the arm, all worked on. And we're going to drop those arms down. We're going to take 1 leg only and tap it to the side and bring it in. Side, tap it in. Tap side and in. Side and in. We've got 2 more. 1 more. and we'll switch to the other side. So tap side, bring it in. Sitting up nice and tall through that spine. There's 5, there's 6, we've got 2 more, 7, and 8. Nicely done. All right, so just extending one leg and switching to the other one. Now right here, concentrate on being as tall and long from the tailbone right up through the top of the head. Now extending one leg all the way out, hold it there, circle the ankle. Let's take the opposite hand, circle it the opposite direction. Does it work? It winds up in the same direction. Change direction of the hand and the foot. Don't let that leg drop. Sitting up tall, belly buttons in. Oh my gosh, I've got you thinking of so many things all at the same time. Nice job. Let's place that down. Let's do the other side. We're going to extend that leg. Good. Circling the ankle. We're going to take the opposite hand. We're going to circle it the opposite direction. Belly's tight. Spine is tall. Are we ready to try going the opposite direction? So it works better for me if I get one going, then I add the other one. Nope, there we go. One more. Good. I think y'all need to tell me if you did better than I did. All right, so sitting up nice and tall, roll those shoulders down and back, lengthen, nice and tall, belly buttons tight. Now we're simply going to just lift one knee up, extending the arm, opposite arm out. Good, let's swing the arm and the elbow away from each other just a little bit. Then bring them center. Then place everything down. Let's do the other side. We lift up the other leg. Make sure that core is nice and strong. You're going to extend that arm out. Hold. Breathe nice and deep. Use those lungs. Open them away from each other just a bit. Don't let the body move. Then bring them center. Then we place everything down. So one more time, let's roll those shoulders down and back. That's always where the stress goes, isn't it? Is into those shoulders. So we want to keep them nice and loose. Good, nice deep breath. Drop it down. Now belly buttons tight. We're nice and tall through the spine, doing a nice little stretch. Let's drop the chin towards the chest. Stretching out through the back of the neck. Breathing is deep. Now lifting that head back on top of the spine. Just take those fingers and place them in front of the chin. And then we're going to simply pull the chin away from the hand and then drop the hand down. Now we've just pulled that head back on top of the spine. Let's drop the right ear towards the right shoulder. And if you do left, don't worry about it because I'm going to be doing the other side as well. If you like, you can let those hands drop down beside you, and that's just going to intensify that stretch a little bit more. If you try it and you don't like it because you start to feel a pull down the neck, the shoulder, or the arm, it's too much. Feel free to place those hands back on top of the thighs. Now we're going to lift that head back up, and if you have to give a little bit of help, feel free to press it up in place. Drop those shoulders down, pulling that head back on top of the spine. We're tall. Let's drop the other ear towards the shoulder. Breathing is deep. We're enjoying the feel of the lengthening of those muscles all the way down the other side. So those hands might drop down. They might not. Totally up to you. Now that head lifts up in the center, or we're giving it that nice little press up. We roll the shoulders around and back and down. We're going to take one arm and extend it out in front. Palm is up towards the sky. Bending that elbow, we tap the shoulder. Then we just hold on to that elbow and gently help it up. So the shoulder stays down and away from the ear. Spine stays long. What we're looking for is a gentle pull down the back of the arm. So your stretches should be held for a count of about 10 to 15 seconds, sometimes even 30 seconds. So we're just going to drop that arm down. We'll do the other side. Palm of the hand is up, shoulder is dropped, bending the elbow only, then we lift that elbow up. So I like to just gently press my elbow up just for a little help. Sometimes we feel a little claustrophobic in that position, so don't feel that you have to have that hand up in front. Breathing is deep. Belly button's in. We're still long through that spine. And we're going to drop that arm down. Fingertips touch. Just press forward, stretching those elbows out. You might feel a little bit of a pull across the back. That's absolutely fine. Now we're going to inhale, square those shoulders again. The palms of the hand look at each other. Just bend those elbows up and then pull those elbows back. So you're going to feel like a football goal post. Tall through the spine, elbows pulling back. They're trying to stay around shoulder height. If they drop down, that's okay. We want to get that motion back. So we're squeezing the shoulder blades towards the spine, opening up across the chest and the shoulders. Inhale, nice and deep, and on the exhale, we drop those elbows and arms all the way down. Let's move to the legs. So we're going to make sure we're sitting towards the edge of the chair. We're going to take one leg, pop the heel on the floor, those toes are pulling up towards the sky. Now we're long through that spine, don't forget, belly button's gently pulled in, hip hinging, so the hip is the top of the leg. We're just gently leaning forward in our chair. Not a lot, just a little bit. I want you to think of lifting the tailbone towards the back of the chair. And we're feeling the back of that leg as it grows a little bit longer. Now sitting up nice and tall. You're going to press those toes down towards the floor. And we slide that leg in. Doing the other side. Heels on the floor, those toes are lifted. We're long and tall through that spine, keeping the head, the shoulders, and the hips all in line. We gently lean forward in that chair a little bit. Tailbone is lifting towards the back of the chair, and we're feeling this leg now as we stretch down the back of that leg. Now sitting up nice and tall, we pull those toes down towards the floor. So we're stretching the shin, the top of the foot. Your heel may or may not still be on the floor. So either way, as long as you're getting that nice little action of the toes pressing down. Now we slide that leg in. Sitting up in that chair, we inhale, those arms reach for the sky. On the exhale, they lower down. Inhale, those arms reach up. Again, they exhale down. One more time. Inhale, reach those arms. On the exhale, those arms lower down. We're going to take the right hand to the left shoulder, the left hand to the right shoulder. Give yourself a little hug and pat on the back. Great job. We are all done our exercises for today. I hope you all have a great day.
Support for the VON Smart Exercise Program has been provided by the North Simcoe Muskoka Local Health Integration Network and the Government of Ontario.